Is you Latin, African, Jamaican? What's that accent? That you're passionate when you're smashing. Have we met? You must be from Texas, girl. Are you from Texas? No, you couldn't fool me, and it's so crazy, girl. Your body's so impatient. The way you move, no hesitation, and I can feel vibrations. You're so reckless. Dun dun dun.
Ooh, it's Halloween.
It is the night before Halloween.
Yeah, sure is.
And you are live with the one and only SLEM TV.
Whoop, whoop.
And if you don't know what SLEM is, it stands for Social Life Events Media. And we got all that going on in the city of Houston. And tonight, we're going to talk about, for one, business development. That is important because this is still the month of October. Look at me talking about October, right? Of course. We in October. We ain't even got to November yet, but
almost.
Business is still the topic, okay? Mm-hmm. Business development. And then we're going to recap about Mr. Duval Mitchell's actual business development event that he had. Right. And our lovely host actually got to interview Mr. Genuine himself, who hosted the Men Against Domestic Violence concert that was attached to that event. So we're going to go in a little bit on that. And then we are going to roll into our special guest who we have here tonight, man. Our socialite. Go ahead and reveal yourself, man. Who we got under this man?
Hey, what's going down, y'all? What's the word on the net? OkayBett.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and remove that mask so them folks can see what
G
you look.
Mayniac.
G Mayniac saying live in the flesh, man.
You?
Come on, man. Live in the flesh.
What's up, man? I appreciate y'all for real, too.
That's what I'm talking about. If y'all don't know, G Mayniac is a 97.9 The Box content curator. He's a food influencer, and he's an artist. He's an entrepreneur. Got his own clothes on. He do it all.
Bag of chips.
And photography.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yes, sir.
So we gonna get into that and allow that brother to really expound upon what he does in his city.
Yes, sir.
You feel me? And of course, last but not least, we're gonna get into the events of what's rolling in for the month of November.
Yes.
Okay. So how we feel about that?
Feel good.
Feeling
real good. Let's
bet.
get started.
So without further ado, Mr. W. Anthony Patton, who we call WAP, is gonna educate us on some business development stuff that all us young folk and beyond need to know about. I'm excited to hear about this.
Me too. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Let me keep this mustache on. I'll talk to you a little bit. Well, thanks a lot. And G Mayniac, thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes,
we
sir.
really look forward to it. I wanted to, before we get to the good, we always want to talk about some business so folks know how to develop their own businesses, assuming that we're reaching and talking to either entrepreneurs or people that are wanting to be an entrepreneur. And I'll tell you, one of the secrets that have blessed my life in business is learning the art of government contracting. So I thought it was an important point today to really talk a little bit about that and to highlight a specific contract that's on the streets today that you can respond to. So I was in business about 7 years before I got my first government contract, and it changed my life and changed the life of my employees and my team. And I'm hoping I can address this earlier in people's life where they can get these contracts earlier because it's a huge focus. Business owners that don't look like us know how to do this very well. And those of us that have been in business a while really haven't mastered this, and I'm certainly here to help you get this done. But the first place you want to go is the website. It's purchasing.houstontexas.gov. If you go there, it's a place where all of the Houston procurement happens, whether they need to purchase products like, telephones for all the offices for the city of Houston, or if they want services, law services, marketing services, advertising services, you name it, they have that. And then, of course, the biggest category is construction bids, where if they're building a school or building a downtown building, they have to put all this on the street. So they don't have an opportunity to direct contract. They actually have to put it up. It's called request for proposal or request to bid or request for qualifications. Anyway, if you go to this website, you're going to find a listing of all of the opportunities that are on the street now. So whereas typically in the black business world, we develop a product and we try to find people to buy it. In the government world, what's awesome about it is they're ready to buy. They tell you what they're going to buy, and they even tell you how much they're going to spend.
Right.
And then as a business owner, you get to say, oh, I can make that. I can do that. I can respond to that. And as I mentioned, I showed Calvin today just how the doo-wop agency took off when I figured out how to do government contracting. I mean, exponentially. It's not even the game of like going one-on-one to try to get somebody to hire me for my marketing services. As soon as I figured out state and federal contracts, now my firm does all recovery, marketing, and communications that happen in disaster recovery.
Wow.
So it's only through somebody turning me on to this. So anyway, if you look here, if you go to that website that I mentioned, purchasing.houstontx.gov, you'll see all the bids. So right now there's probably, if I was guessing, about 35 bids that are open from now through the end of the year. So that's 35 business opportunities that's available to you. And I'll just pick one because I thought this one may apply to more people that's out in the market. They've got things from, hey, do you have, apparel and uniforms, internet bandwidth connectivity, hoses and fittings for public works. This is all purchase of products. And then you get into like what most of us will respond to. 62% of all minority businesses are in the service sector. Meaning that we're in the business market of like consultation, advertising, legal, like all those categories. So that's going to be the RFP section. If you click on one, there's one in particular called Workplace Civility Training. This happens to be a bid that's out there right now. I'm bringing it up because the due date of this is November 4th. It tells you the due date, tells you who to send the response to. If you go, I clicked on it, and then you open up the file. Here's what it says. Workplace civility is an important part of creating a comfortable and professional work environment. Maintaining a culture of respect and civility in the workplace improves morale, fosters productivity, enhances learning. Workplace civility is defined as polite, reasonable, respectful behavior towards others in the workplace. Such behaviors are the interpersonal rules of engagement for how employees relate to each other and organizational leaders. Long story short, they're looking for a firm that will train every single employee in the city of Houston that's a government employee and buy from that person all their pamphlets and modules, if you will. So I see this as a potential multi-million-dollar contract for somebody that they can have in the next week or so. Mm-hmm. So there's if you're a consulting business out there, if you do anything around the space of training, this is something I'd like to see brothers and sisters go after and get one of these contracts. So I just wanted to highlight so people would know how this works. You obviously respond just like if you were going in for a job. They have requirements and qualifications that they want to learn from you. What types of jobs have you done in the past? Just like if you're doing an interview. Right. And I'd love to see somebody pitch it that's listening to our show and call in and give us their feedback. And hopefully they get the contract and they get to employ people that also look like them and sound like them and help the city of Houston. So I hoped I could just give you a little insight on like how to start the process of contracting with the city of Houston, and I'll try to do more of this as we have each week.
But why don't a lot of people know about that? I didn't really know about that. I heard it once, but why is it not a thing that's stressed, especially in black business?
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of just time and resources for minority businesses. We tend to, I read a few books. One in particular was about working in our business versus on our business and how we have to get ourselves out from, what happens in the black community typically is, say you cook really well. Somebody says, oh my God, you cook so good at Chavez, you should start a baking company.
I should.
And before you know it, you look up, you have a successful baking company, but it's solely based on you cooking. And so Chavez never gets to pull out of the business and actually develop the business of baking and hire people to do what she does and those kind of things. So we don't normally we don't have the resources to take the time to go to these seminars to learn how to contract with the city, but it literally will change your life overnight.
Wow,
I like that.
Wow.
You need your own segment.
You really
know what I'm
do.
saying? To in this city to train some young folks on that. I think that would be powerful.
Well, I'm happy to help, man. And they can all reach out to us at SLEM Magazine, and I'll make sure I do a better job of as we learn the city of Houston of offering where all the opportunities are, because there's a lot,
Yes,
and we
we
need to
need so
plug.
many.
We need to plug people in.
We
Yeah,
got
true.
to.
Most definitely.
That's amazing. I appreciate that tip, and I'm learning every day because I'm an artist. We're artists. Most of us are artists, but that business aspect is
Business, bro.
It's really the part that we really need to dig into if we want to be successful in running our own stuff. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? So
As a side note, from an artist standpoint, you should know that there's RFPs for artists in music. So,
Wow.
like, if they're looking for a jingle for the city, if they're looking for, the Houston Texans right now could probably put out an RFP of, like, looking for, like, that song that resonates with people from Houston. Those are all contracted opportunities that can come through RFPs. So you'd be shocked what you'll see when you go here. Anything that they purchase, they have to make it public
Right.
before they make a purchase. So if you just stay close to these types of sites, and there's probably 100. This is only the city of Houston. It doesn't reach the outlying areas or the state. But I'll do a better job of making sure I inform you of those as they come.
sounds
Yes,
good.
thank you,
We need
thank
that.
you, we do.
So,
Cool.
yo, so while still on the topic of business development, we had a guest on the show last week, Mr. Deval Mitchell, and he had his own event where he was training young women in particular about how to become the entrepreneurs that they always wanted to be or didn't even know that they could be.
Yeah.
So go ahead and let us know, like, what was that like? What was that about?
It was very empowering. I have
Yeah.
to say, we were able to connect with so many different women that do so many different things. It wasn't just a specific, oh, I do this, I do this. It was so many black women that did everything.
Yeah, literally.
And you were able to connect in different aspects. Even if you didn't have a business yet, he opened it up to where you could speak and you could put your business idea out there, and you were able to, follow the steps to get started. So in that aspect, it was very empowering, and it motivated me, I would have to say. I don't know if you
Yeah,
agree.
even if they didn't have a business, he encouraged us. Okay, well, you might not have a business now, but get with some of these other ladies to help you start your own business. So I think it was very informative. We all connected and collaborated our ideas to help each other. So it was really nice.
Well, women got it going on right now. There's a big spotlight on you, just like there's a major spotlight on the city of Houston.
Man.
In every aspect, there's a major spotlight on women because, of course, y'all are just as talented as any man.
Yeah.
So, that's being proven in business, in politics, in music, whatever you want to name. So, I think that's really amazing that brother had that event.
Yeah.
And attached to that, because this is a special month for women, for sure,
Yes,
for sure.
for sure.
But attached to that, he had the Men Against Domestic Violence concert, and it was a ladies' night out. And y'all got the opportunity to meet Christopher Williams and Genuine.
Yes, we
Sure
did.
did.
It was a wonderful experience.
So tell us about
She said that
I
outside.
gotta know.
It's wonderful.
It was very nice. I have to say.
And y'all got to
Yeah.
interview him.
Yeah, we did. We got a chance to interview Genuine. Their concert was, I'd never been to Genuine or Christopher Williams concert. I always, heard my mom and my aunts talk about him, and
You
I
little
finally got a
young.
chance to meet him. I was like, oh my God,
She would have definitely wanted to have been in New Orleans for Essence Fest because I attended his concert
Oh,
in
wow,
Essence Fest
really?
and met that brother there. And let me tell you something, your mom and your aunt would have fit in well. They probably would have knocked somebody down trying to get back there and take that picture.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. So yeah, what's going on? How was this interview? 'Cause I didn't
The
get to go.
interview went great. I wanted to play a little bit of it where he kind of touched on why the domestic violence issue is so important to him. So I'm gonna just play a little
Please.
bit so y'all can hear it.
What about this event drew you to want to move to Crescent? Like, what stuck out?
Well, this event is near and dear to my heart because I have 7 daughters, and I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. I'm almost 50. I'll be 50 next year. So I've been on ups and downs, and married and girlfriends and all that kind of stuff. So I understand, the dynamics of just having a relationship, but I totally feel like you should never put your hands on anyone, whether it's the girl
Agreed.
to the guy
Agreed.
or the guy to the girl.
Agreed.
Like you just never should put your hands on anyone.
Right.
And so that's pretty much why I am here. I just want to give that message out, and I just want to make sure that women know, they have real men out there fighting for them.
Right.
I mean, and I'm totally one of those guys.
Yes, sir. Good to know.
Especially because I got 7 girls.
Yes.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing, and you know, to bring awareness to it is epic. And you know, as many times as we do events like this, we'll bring more awareness to it, and then people will be like, because I look on the internet now and I be like, wow, guys will actually square up to women as if they're guys.
They will.
And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Right,
See,
right.
I couldn't be around that because I would probably knock somebody out.
I'm sure you
One
would.
of those dudes
I'm
out.
sure you
And I'm kind of good at that.
Okay. Kinda. He said kinda. Yes.
Okay.
It got very interesting, if you can
Yeah, I
tell.
bet it did. That's genuine. 7 daughters.
Yeah.
I guess
7.
all that music, bro, put out.
Oh
Real.
yeah,
He
when
wasn't
he
playing games.
when he got on stage, he was like, yeah, this.
7, G.
7 kids, G.
7.
Well, no, 7 girls.
Seven
He
girls.
has 9 in all.
Okay, you got
Yeah,
2
so
boys.
7 girls.
See, when you get to my age, his age, you start thinking about that's 9 people going to help him as he gets into his old age.
yeah,
You
You
right.
know what?
So he's
I've
ready
never
now.
looked at it from that
Oh,
perspective.
man.
So I
That's
think
a lot
I'm
of
going to
people.
go back into having that. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather, he
Oh.
says a lot of times, he always said, I'm rich. And, you know, I be like, man, listen, we ain't got that yet, but I got you. You know, I'm working on it. People like, no, man. He'll start naming all of his
Kids.
grandkids and great grandkids, and he just say, I'm rich. So from
yeah.
that perspective, I get it. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Andy.
Really, I've never looked at it from that point of view. You know, so hey, would y'all date a man? With
I ain't
7,
even
8,
gonna
9
lie
kids?
to you.
I know, Mr. Wop here. He put that question out there, and I was really like,
I ain't even gonna
What?
lie to you. I'm not doing it.
well,
say that
what-
now.
Wait.
what I
So
say is-
0 kids or 1 or 2 or 3 or 4? Where's
Oh,
the cutoff?
I thought Calvin's. For
At what point would you not date a man because he had 1 child, 2, 3?
See, the trick would be if you met him and you got to know him
Ooh.
before
Ooh,
you
he
knew he had
tried.
kids, then you like
He
him and
tried to
be
he
like,
trapped me. That's called a trap. That's called a trap. But okay, 5. I'm gonna say 5.
Oh, wow. Okay. 5. That's generous.
all right, pick
And
it.
you
Yeah,
have how many
yeah.
children do you have?
0.
Okay, I just making sure they know. I'm
Mine
just making sure
gonna
they know.
change.
And any
I would agree with Tamia. 5 is a good number, but
you would
if
date
he
a man
did-
with 5. What about 5 different baby mamas?
well,
Does
here's
does
what-
that
here-
part matter?
here's
Or
what
if
I'ma
he was
say.
married in a relationship for 20
Here-
years with 1 woman?
Here's what I'm gonna say: the baby mamas have nothing to do with me. I'm stepping
Amen.
into the children's lives as their stepmom
Okay.
and to be there with the dad. I don't have to deal with the baby mamas really.
Mm.
If I'm supposed to pick their child up from school, okay, what time do I need to be there to pick them up?
Oh,
But as far as me getting into fights and arguments with
Well,
them,
you have a child, so you can speak
yeah,
from a different
yeah.
perspective.
So yeah, all the
That's,
extra.
I'll just say that's very generous. I don't think the majority of our listening audience would date, if they had no children, would date 5, unless maybe a scenario where they was, one guy was married for a long period. I don't know. That's a lot.
I'm
That's a
young.
lot.
When
I
I
was
older.
thinking y'all would
It's
say
something
1 or
to
2.
consider is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like,
No,
well,
I
if
think
had
it's
5
great. I
children
think it's great.
with 5 different men, I'm gonna want somebody to love me whether I got 5 children
Hold
or
up.
not.
Hold
so
up.
you
Calvin,
gotta
what's your
think about
cutoff?
that.
What's your cutoff?
Listen,
What you doing?
you know what? I can't believe you asked me that
I
question.
gotta ask you.
You know, I've never had kids.
This is about truth.
So, you know,
Tell
I'm
the
going to
truth.
say my cutoff is about half of them. No, I'm playing.
Nah.
I could be involved, but, if I really, really care about this person and I want to be with her,
Could she have 2?
Yeah, and I'm about 30 years old. You feel me?
She could have 2?
You know,
That's
she can have,
sad.
she
4?
can, she can
Look at
have as
him.
many as she
You
Five.
said 4 or 5.
'Cause if I got
7?
Because listen, if I'm financially astute and I can help take care of those kids, then why
Alright.
not? You know what I'm saying? If I
Alright.
want to be with
Yeah.
her.
Sounding like a
Otherwise,
true R&B singer. All
He
He
right.
sure is.
I like that.
Genuine.
G, what's your number, G?
Man, she gotta be cool, but I don't know. As I get older, as I get older, I start to not think about it as hard. Like, okay, I used to be like, no kids, and
Right.
but I was 18. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now 2021, I'm like, no kids, and now 26. I'm like, no kids. But damn, at 26, that's a decent age to have a kid, at
Right.
least,
Yeah.
at least
Right.
one. And then usually when somebody has a kid, not too long after that, 3 to 5 years, they like to stay in that range of having another one, so the kid can kind of watch the other one and stuff. So usually at 26, you probably got 2 of them. I would say 2. if it's more than 2, I'm gonna start scratching my head like, is it gonna be
That's
working?
real.
And
That's
especially, I'm not gonna lie, me, I have a limit too. Like, if I'm talking to a girl, or I meet a girl, and she has a kid or something, the kid has to be like over 3 for me to even really want to go further, because I feel like under 3, somebody is in that kid's life, and they ain't finna use me. So
And you have to be
good.
ready. You have to be
But
ready
that's
to
not
accept
always
that
true,
fact.
though.
But you have to be ready to accept the fact that it took 2 people to have a child, and if you're gonna come in and take responsibility,
Right.
You got to be ready to say, you know what, I'm gonna go in with this person and know that their father or whatever, or their mother is, hopefully still in the picture, because who doesn't want that, right?
Right.
So I mean, you
That's
have
all
to
I was
be.
saying. At 1 year old,
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
well, you just had this baby. Where's the dude at? Unless he
Exactly.
locked up,
Okay.
he probably still somewhere,
Yeah,
just
you know,
respectfully.
true.
So
that's real. Hey,
It's a good round
appreciate
table
that
discussion.
Yeah,
perspective.
got you.
I appreciate that. You know,
once they like 5, you usually can move on. They be like, oh, daddy been gone.
Yeah. Say Daddy Bingo.
yeah, we're gonna teach you some good stuff. But so G, let's touch on you real quick, bruh. I've been knowing you for a minute, and you've been doing
sir.
some amazing things. You know, hey, PV.
You know?
Oh,
Right.
damn. Oh,
I
damn.
kind of feel left out, but
Me
that's
good.
too.
okay.
Me too.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Wop
Hold on.
a trader too.
You know what? I tell you what. Hold on. Prairie View produces productive people, so we're gonna be productive. I have been productive, being led by this brother right here,
Okay.
Mr.
Okay.
W. Anthony Patton, who is my mentor, my frat brother. Man, listen, coming all the way from where?
IU.
IU, Indiana University, which is the birthplace of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated,
Okay.
the greatest fraternity on the face of the earth.
All right.
Understand? So where you
all
from?
right.
Where you coming from?
Okay, I went to UH, so go Cougs.
Y'all homecoming coming up.
When
Well,
is it?
You know,
Yeah.
in December or something like that.
Is it?
I think it is.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
December kind of late.
yeah, that's late.
November.
Not that it
November.
really
November.
matters, but you know
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
saying?
We
just
just
said
did
I
like
think it
that.
happened already. Y'all
I think
missed
it's-
it.
Yeah, we did.
I think it's November, guys.
It's
It's
in
November.
November.
It's in November.
Okay, I'll be there too. So back.
How
So
you gonna
yeah,
be there? You don't even know what it was.
that ain't the point. Anyway, it'll come through. So G,
What's
not-
happening?
you know, you've been featured in 2 of our issues already.
Right, super dope.
The first issue that went in print, which is August, you were in there.
That was dope. That's when you had the release, right?
Yeah,
The release
definitely.
party.
We
That
had
was
the release
super dope.
party at Prospect Park. We had our first Friday event there, man. So, and you were featured in the issue after that with an important day. So let's go in on that.
Okay.
Yes, G. Thank you again for coming.
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
Yes.
just watching you and seeing the things you do, you are very inspiring.
Thank you. I
so,
appreciate it.
we just want to kind of go in about this day, Grundy Wally
Ah.
Day.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, that's my government too.
Yeah,
so
I'm-
for people
I'm
that I
sorry.
can't hide it.
You
Nah,
know,
it's good. No.
you got your own day.
For sure.
How is that? I mean, you help the community, you feed the homeless, you mentor kids. Like, it's like, what more can you do? You
Right.
do a lot.
What can't
know?
you do?
She
Really?
said,
Right.
what can't you do?
And just, I was just thinking, and yeah,
No,
let's
seriously.
clap it
Seriously.
up.
Appreciate
Let's
it.
clap
Hey, bro,
it
we
up.
appreciate that. We appreciate
really
that.
do.
I know there's a lot of people who look at you like, hidden people that that you inspire and wonder, what can I do to get there? How can I be like him? You know? So can you give some advice on how people can get to where you are, even inspire people like you do?
Man. So it's a lot. I mean, to me, I move fast. So I move so fast sometimes where I don't even realize. Like, I'm real humble with how I move. So you can tell me all day, man, I love your stuff. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I think once you get big-headed, it's kind of when you get out of dodge with everybody. So I try to just stay, down to earth with everything that I do. I'm big on, like, community and stuff like that because I don't see many people doing it, at least in our genre. Urban, entertainment, now people do it every day. People give homeless people stuff. People do, they have organizations for that, right? But
Right.
young people just being in the field, I'm like, hey, yeah, I've had my trouble days. I've had my super fun days. I've done everything. But I think to tap in with the community is nothing deeper than that. Now, you could be the biggest celebrity. You could be whoever on the block. But if you're not tapping in with the people that can't, what's the quote? I always forget this quote, but the people that can't do anything for you or whatever.
Right.
I think it just means much more. So like with homeless, I think I think just tapping in with them, they have stories.
Exactly.
Like, how'd you get like this? Or just, how can I help? Or,
Right.
just smaller things, you'd be surprised. And it goes a long way.
Right.
They remember you, or they be willing to root for you. And that go harder than, the fake stuff, the entertainment stuff. You got
Yes.
people that's
Right.
faking entertainment. But since I move the way I do, I think it's real love. And I like to feel it because I feel alone. Like, I've been, doing doing a lot of this stuff at the end of the day, you be kind of like, dang, am I by myself with this? But this is the type of stuff that make me like really appreciate and just want to go forward. And I don't do it for the clout or nothing like that. You know, I do it just because I'm me. So I would just tell people, be them. If it's not you to do the community and stuff like that, I mean, you don't have to do it. People see it and it's like, you don't have to do that. But just do something to make the world a better place. It's a messed up world. Everybody out of there. That's how I do it. I try to build people up. And I've even came to a point where like a lot of my friends, I had like a peer block. Because I learned this one thing called VNP. I seen Sauce Walker talk about it on Instagram too. But it's vision and peers. And a lot of times people have vision, no peers, like good peers. And a lot of times people have cool peers, but no vision, and they just scrambling. So I think with me, I kind of got both. Well, I kind of got the vision, but I'm trying to like gain to the peers where the people around me can understand it.
Exactly.
Because it'd be something so small as like, hey, take a picture of this, and it can get reposted by whoever, and then my friends be like, nah, bro, I'm trying to eat. And I'm like, bro, just think bigger for this moment real quick, so it can last. And that's just all it is, you know.
Exactly.
So
gave me an idea.
Gave me an idea.
Yeah, no, for real.
But yeah, I'm content driven. That's why the content curator thing, because like that stuff lasts forever. Like memories and stuff, forever, bro. Like one simple picture in here. You know, a year later, you be like, oh, that was live. I remember the episode like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So, you know, that type of stuff is just what I've been into. And like I said, just tapping in with the right people. You know, as long as you're on earth, it's ups and downs. So ain't nobody perfect. And I'm going to lose and win. But, hey, you just got to keep going. As long as you go and stay consistent, I think what's held me over the longest is consistency. Since I've been in middle school, really before that. But for the people who wouldn't believe it, I actually have a documentary on YouTube called Special Delivery. Because when I was born, some weird stuff happened. But, like, I wasn't supposed to be breathing, all types of stuff. Right. It's like a miracle little situation. But that's even doper, a doper story. And just after that, I used to do talent shows in my neighborhood as, like, a little kid. I was, like, 4 or 5 years old, like, singing Christmas songs.
Doing it all.
And then after that, it was a wrap. I've been musically inclined, but I start taking more of the personality side. Like, let me just get in front of people and bring that. You know, that's why I call myself the scene man, because it's about not necessarily being everywhere. People get that too, but it's like creating a scene where you go be that energy to where you walk in the room. They like, OG here. Like, DJs will stop in the middle. They sit and be like, OG in the mix. Not really because of my name and brand, but because like the energy I'm finna bring in the building. They be like, all right, bet, like, let's go. And that's just what I want.
Well, how has your platform with 97.9 The Box helped you with that? Helped you bring that out?
Just networking more than anything. Just putting like college, right? Yeah. So the stuff that I know, I feel like media wise, college didn't necessarily teach me that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been holding cameras. I've been trying to teach people at college how to do certain stuff, but I think it was the setting. Like me sitting in the classroom, me talking to you, me and you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like this. Like if I would never went to Prairie, I probably would have saw you, but maybe not had grown a relationship or cared as much. But when you see people working, and you one of the first people I saw at school actually on your little swag blast. I know they can't see your drip, but you always dripping, bro. And that's one thing about it. Being a scene man, I'm telling you, it's one thing about being a scene man. You stand out. So as a freshman, if they would have gathered 10 of us around the school and be like, who you see the most, or who do you? I could have pointed you out easy. That boy used to wear leopard and all kind of stuff, man. So
I bet Kiki Wyatt still remember. Hey.
Yeah. So it's really dope, and that's just what it's about: being yourself and flourishing, bro. Straight up.
Hey, I feel that. How y'all feel?
Yeah,
about
I know.
You still at Prairie View, and you.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still at PV, and that's what I'm saying. And I think that's why it was really important, because I know a lot of people are trying to get where some of y'all are, and I'm like, these are alumni. We can be exactly where they are. Our mindsets could get there, you know.
Yeah.
Just break down the doors. Down the doors. Do you have well, that's a different story. But like when I was at Prairie View, like I said, I was in overdrive a lot. I was like, man, I'm trying to work, and people weren't really trying to work. But I would think of stuff outside the box where I would break down doors. So freshman year, I remember, like I said, I rap or whatever. So I was like, man, I want to be in a cypher. And they had all like the top dogs, Tim Woods, I think he was in the cypher, stuff like that. And they weren't letting us in. And literally freshman year, I was like, I'm not waiting till next year. So y'all trying to do a freshman cypher? We did the first freshman cypher and went viral and all. And that's the door we broke down. I could have easily been like, no, I know a lot of waiters, but I'm a doer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
ooh, that's strong.
Yeah,
that's powerful.
that's why I was like, yeah.
Very powerful.
And to this day, you can go on YouTube, type in freshman cypher, and just see us running. And I'm the first one. Thought of the whole idea, had everybody record in my room, did everything. So yeah, that was pretty dope.
I rock with that. I mean, especially on that music scene. Now you mentioned, music, you're artist. We got a few artists in the business, bro. But speaking on that, you have bridged music and something else interesting that you do, which we featured in our magazine about you, food and music.
Right.
Now, bruh, you know, that's a treat. Like, tell us about that, because when we was in
Man.
New Orleans, you know, I got to experience some of that with you.
That was tight, yeah. That
you
was
know what I'm
super dope.
saying, at one of the New Orleans joints for Essence Fest, and
Yeah.
I mean, like, just talk about that with music
dope.
and how you doing this food thing, because you got something special, a hashtag that everybody needs to be checking out right now.
Right. I appreciate that, man. I like I said, been musically inclined forever. I feel like that's just been my dream, bro. I love music. I actually like my whole senior class in high school graduated from a song that I wrote. So to this day,
wow.
That
on the
is
ballot,
insane.
yeah,
I
like
didn't
the
know
whole
that.
class we walked out, that was live, and it was me. So I was like, dang, you know, like I say, some young urban type swag that was real dope. And I just think I can never let the music go. Like, I've been in careers doing different stuff. I've worked from the highest to the lows. Like, I'm at 97.9 now, but bro, I used to work at a dollar store. Like, I tell you all the time, Dollar Tree, I done did shoes. I've done everything to kind of find my niche, and then boom, you know. So with me doing music, like I said, with not wanting to let it go, I'm like, I came up with Bless the Belly. How could I combine the two? It's like, how could I make it make sense? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, if I did food jingles, would it be corny? I really thought it would be corny, but I was like, if I did hip hop wise, it probably wouldn't. And the first one I did was the City Girl song, Act Up, and I changed it to Snacked Up. Went in the grocery store. That was the first one that really caught heat. And then the second one I did was the Baby song that Suge beat.
Yeah.
And I called it like hood. It was basically about hood food, like food in the hood. That was it. The second one that I did, Foodie Rap ever, had went the most viral that I've ever done. You know, and I've done 16. It's 16 total. I stopped because I was like, yo, it's a lot, and I want to be able to promote them all equally and stuff. But after the second one, bro, I was like, okay, I got something. After that, it was a Turkey Leg Hut. Turkey Leg Hut reposted it, and they the celebrity food staple in the city. So that helped gain a lot of traction. People follow me from there, and you know, moving on, I was like, bro, that'd be dope if I just made food raps and stuff. So you know,
Keep 'em coming, bro.
That's
You've
dope.
interviewed, you've even interviewed plenty of
Man.
those artists, man. Like,
R.I.P. Pops too. You know, that's one of the most recent.
man.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
looking at that, bro. Like, I sure hated I couldn't attend that event with you, dog.
Yeah.
I saw that picture.
But it
with
was
the
even
video
crazy.
that you had. I'm like, bro, he got this man on camera.
Let me tell you how that works, because people, once again, I do a lot, bro, and I move so fast. You be like, what? So I was originally supposed to go to LA that weekend just for something random or whatever. I was trying to link up with Nick Cannon, and then I got an invite to a wedding, JQ's wedding radio station. I said, okay, big homie, I'm gonna go. I stayed, I went, and during the wedding, average wedding 7 to midnight or whatever. I got some tickets to John Witherspoon. I was like, man, I gotta go see Pops. Like, you never know when somebody coming back, all that, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, I gotta go. So he was like, I put your name on the list, all that. So I'm at the wedding and I'm chilling, and some just telling me, bro, if you don't go to this show, you crazy, right? Yeah. I'm like, I'm at the wedding, dressed up, wedding attire. I'm like, I sneak out. I'm like, right before they dance and cut the cake, this facts. Look, and it's on camera, so it is what it is. I sneak out, bro, and I'm like, 10 minutes away, I'm finna go. And usually I type in the address to see how much of a hassle it's gonna be, right? I was like, okay, 10 minutes away? Okay, 9 minutes? I can do this. So I go to the show, right? The show starts at 7:30. I get to the show like 9:30. I'm heartbroken because I figured it was gonna be either ending or over. Yeah. I walk in, it's over. The janitor lets me in. The janitor thinks I probably worked. I'm dressed up from a wedding, so they probably like, oh, he works here. Opens the back door, probably not even supposed to. I walk in. I'm like, hey, I know the show over. He packing his bags up and all that. I'm like, Pops, which he's seen me before. He's came to Houston different times and to the radio station. But this is my first time to ever secure an interview, just randomly, too, because, you know, people just, you got to give them time and stuff. But he was with it. So I said, hey, man, before you leave, he said, come on with it. Like, that was so dope. No questions asked. He could have easily been like, man, I'm tired, bro. I just did this was his last show on Sunday. Wow. He did 3 shows a day since Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He did 9-10 shows. And literally the last show, I was like, Pops, you mind if I literally like, he was like, come on with it. Whatever you want to ask. And we was up there, and he was a little lifted. Everything was, man, it was dope. That was a really good time. But I just appreciate it. And that goes to show you, take nothing for granted, man. Like, I feel like yesterday, bro, and I'm just like, wow.
What's your favorite thing Pops be saying?
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang.
you know that's what he said.
Like coordinate. You got to coordinate.
Oh, yeah.
He coordinated.
You got to coordinate.
Coordinate.
Nah, man, that's just, man, like I say, bro.
Bang,
Can't take
bang.
nothing for
We
granted.
gotta do a pop scene, bro.
We do,
probably
bro.
do that one for
Got
Friday
to.
to put something up so people can see, man. We gonna really rock that bad boy.
Man,
memory,
rest in
dog.
peace, Pops.
Yes,
That's so
rest in
sad.
peace.
Rest in peace.
That was shocking.
It
I have to
was.
John Witherspoon.
When I seen it,
Just
I was
randomly,
like,
and
this
people
gonna
blew
be
me up
good.
because that's one of the most. I literally posted it last week. So think about it. That's one of the most recent interviews he's done. He probably done After the one I did, maybe 3, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And I can't clarify that from just online. I've been trying to check, but you know, I'm like literally. So people are literally going to my source like, "Yo, that's you blessed to even have met him," and it's for sure a pleasure. I'm honored, bro. It's,
Real talk.
man, and that's what it is, just to highlight stuff like that. So, yeah, man.
It's interesting what you were talking about earlier, though, about being, you know that you have light, right? Like, you clearly have it. I'm sitting here observing you. Like, this brother's got an energy that draws me to pay attention to him. And in fact, everybody at this table, there's a lot of talent here that's drawing interest. But how do you feel for yourself? How do you leverage that light to not only benefit yourself but others? I mean, what do you do? How can you shine that light? Have you used social media? Like, what do you do to transfer some of that energy? Because you've got a lot of it.
Man, I'm hands-on. Like, I'm face-to-face type guy because you'll feel the energy more so. But social media, too. When I do some of these things, like I say, I like to get content because I like to show people. So if I do stuff for the homeless, I'll do stuff for the homeless all year round. But if I post a video or two, I ain't bragging and on social media. I hate the people that kind of try to, down it when it's like, bro, I'm trying to set an example. Now I can see if I'm out there being goofy with it because it is a lot of goofies out there. But for the people that set it up, you can tell it's genuine. I'm not trying to do nothing to rub nobody wrong, but that's to go to show you, dang, bro, it's in the middle of what? And I'm out here. I mean, I can do it too, or let me find a way to do it, even if it's more professional, because I don't have an organization or nothing. I just go. Like, I'll leave here right now and just be like, let me go pass out something. Let me see what they talking about. And, you get stories, you get back end stuff that's just crazy, but it's life. And I just enjoy life. You got to do it while you're here. So whoever I can shake hands with, like, if I ever become a celebrity, I'm taking pictures with everybody. I can't do that. Not do it because it's like, same thing. If you never know when your day is, and you was a butthole yesterday. I mean,
so what's next for you? I mean, where do you want to?
Because you're an entrepreneur, bro.
Man, I just want to open every door I can. Like, I never thought 2 years ago. Like I said, I still was kind of on my music / videos. I shoot videos and stuff like that. But that was more so of a service to get people to open up to me. I found a way to not get people to feel like, oh, well, nah. Like, because with rapping, music in general, you say, I make music, like, oh, well, everybody make music. What you talking about? Like, unless you're talking about something just crazy. Like, the food one was a little different niche, but I was like, man, I just got to do something different, And food entertainment is something I never thought that I would be doing. But that's why it's not a food critic. I'm not telling you, oh, this needs more salt. Or I'm not bashing nobody's food. I'm just entertaining with food. So I can do a jingle. I can drip some sauce on some pizza and make you feel like, oh, yeah, that's dope. Interviewing celebrities, that's the whole point. And I saw it was a lane that was untapped. And I was like, yo, yeah, that's something that once people catch on to it, they can be like, oh, this guy started that trend. Because how many other people are interviewing celebrities and artists over food? Like, I did The Baby before he blew up. And he showed super love. I think he blew up like December of last year, and he like did the interview in September. Real humble, Blueface. Like, should I want to do Patti LaBelle for her pies? Stuff like that is dope. I'll be like,
coming up.
Right, be like, what makes you want to make these pies, Patty?
That's awesome, bro. Like, I think that's real dope, and shout out to you and Jazz Anderson's recent one that
that was dope. And shout out to you for hooking that up, bro.
Hey, man, you know what it is? That's what we got to do for each other, bro. It's always important and necessary. So, man, if y'all don't follow G, yeah, man, check out all his pages. List your pages right now.
Pages.
So, shoot, the most important one is Bless the Belly, obviously. For sure, go check that out. And then I have WreckVisualz, like car wreck, and then visuals. And that's photos, videos, graphics. I'll stop on the side of the road and be in the car. If you send me the right price, I'll make you a graphic and send it right to you. I'm real fast. That's why people rock with my service on that end. And then OkayBett Attire, man. I have my own clothing line. People ask me what the OkB mean. It's OkayBett. I started in high school. That was my first baby. So Bless the Belly, my baby right now, and I don't know what's going to be my baby in 5 years. I just be moving. But OkayBett was my first one. That was the first idea that I had, that I brought to like a group of girls or like peers that was my age, 16, 17 years old. Like, if I made a clothing line called OkayBett, would y'all rock it? It was like, just make it. I made like 120 shirts and sold out in like 2 days. But I was real popping in high school, and it grew. And I was like, well, maybe I should. And it was a rap. I had made a song about it. And it was just,
hey, man, well, y'all heard it. Y'all know how to find him.
SLEM.
You heard all the babies he got. That's why if he date you, he probably ain't trying to worry about your kids, because he got enough for them already. But listen,
got about 4 up, 5 up.
That's amazing. Y'all go and follow that brother. Now let's get into some of these events. Before we get into the top 11, because this is November, the month of 11, and that's the magic number. Anyway, 11. Ain't that right? Nope.
It sure
you know what
is.
I'm saying?
Oh,
so,
look at them.
Yo.
Before we get into that, we're gonna talk about the event we got coming up tomorrow night. You know what I'm saying?
It's
This
lit.
is Halloween. We got the Texas Halloween Massacre costume party, and as you can see, we out there. I'm Kosher Bunny. You feel me? You know, ready. Like, who we got? Who are you?
Catwoman.
She Catwoman. Okay.
I'm Mia Cat. I'm just a
Mia
rare cat.
Right on. Hey, look here. What's up? We got G. What's up? Who you got?
Scarface.
Okay, Skullface.
What up,
Okay.
Scarface? Scarface.
Well, what we got over there,
Who
Wop?
you got over here? Wop. What's up? Man?
Wait, that's not Wop.
Who you got there?
I'm either Weird Al Yankovic or Albert Einstein.
One of them, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, we went to New
Depending
Orleans.
on how
and I'm
old
talking
you are.
about- we went to New Orleans and bro, we had a time, bro. We kicked off
I seen
Halloween
y'all.
early.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Yeah.
jealous.
That's all right.
Not gonna lie.
Be very jealous. And we
By the
okay
way,
with
shout
that.
out to the SLEM brand ambassadors. We've got a team of folks who help to promote what we do.
Right.
If you're interested in being a part of that, make sure you check out SLEM Global on Instagram and just DM us. We'd love to have you be part of our team.
Please do.
Yes,
Um,
yes. The more the merrier.
I gotta
Go
rock
ahead.
with them people too, man. Y'all doing a great job.
Appreciate that,
Thank
bro.
you,
You stay
thank you.
reposting our content.
do.
I really appreciate that, man. So thank you for that.
For sure.
What events do we have coming up for November?
So, some events we have is Young Thug and Machine Gun Kelly coming.
Okay.
Schoolboy Q, gotta go see him. Post Malone, Jadena, and Legends
Jadena.
of Hip Hop.
I think Summer Walker is tonight too. I
Is
just
it?
randomly
She
she in the
the
city.
Yeah,
30th.
she
Yeah.
is. She
But that's
is.
Jadena. Don't butcher that man's name.
Jadena.
Who else?
Jadena.
Who else we got
Then
after
we
Jadena?
have the Legends of Hip Hop,
Oh, okay.
the Astro World Fest.
Oh,
Ooh,
Yeah.
sold out.
gotta go to that.
Gotta be
Sold
so
out.
it got to
If
be.
you
It's
didn't
sold
get
out?
your
It gotta be.
tickets,
You better go get them fast if it ain't. That's Astro World Fest.
right?
That's crazy.
Then we have the Kevin Gates concert.
Okay.
When is that?
That's coming up, huh?
Yeah.
It's coming up.
It's definitely
Yeah.
it's definitely coming up this month.
Where can they find out all this information?
Man,
At
listen.
slim.us, the
That's
magazine's
Or
website.
our
Yes.
Instagram page.
If you're unsure
Slim
about the
Global.
date, it is there. Go check.
Who do y'all graphics? Like the setup in here is super dope too. Like, bro, you can scan this stuff and that's new age.
Yes.
Y'all gotta hop on this trend, bro. Somebody, hey, hop on it, bro. Don't stop. If y'all stop, I'ma cry. I
We
need
got 'em.
12 episodes at the crib. All right,
God, it's gonna
Slim.
happen. It's gonna happen. Who
Yeah,
else?
we got the TBT Immature tour.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The Willow and Jaden Smith tour.
Okay.
Alicia Cara and Fantasia.
Ooh, Fantasia.
Tank is gonna be there with Fantasia.
Oh,
as well,
really?
So that's gonna be a treat. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we interview him too?
Right?
Hey, you know. You know, it's up in the
Me, I
air.
always want to interview the.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
I got
she didn't
all
say
the
nothing about
men aged
Fantasia. I want
25
to
to
interview
35.
Fantasia.
No,
I ain't mad at you.
man, it's been a treat having you on this show
Yes.
tonight, G.
Appreciate it.
Thank
For
you
sure,
for
bro.
coming.
It was
Thank
great learning about some business development tips that we all need. I'm definitely gonna keep trailing you on that because you know how important it is to me to really learn how to do
course.
this. Man, you got it going on, saying you got a lot of knowledge that you've passed down. So I think everybody really needs to tap into that. We're gonna provide a lot of that on our website at slim.us. We're growing.
Yeah.
And we just need y'all to stick with us because we got everything going on in the city of Houston that you need to know about. Slim
Sure do.
gonna deliver that for you.
Yeah,
That's
we're
hands down.
moving on up.
We're
To the
moving on
side.
up. On up
Woo.
to the
east
side. To the yeah.
Oh, good Lord. And I want to just make it known that, again, Slim is newer to the market. We're not here to compete, take over, step on toes. We're here to galvanize everybody together and aggregate all of our knowledge. So
Yes.
please, whatever it is that you're involved in out there, feel free to reach out to us. We don't have a clique.
Yeah.
Our clique is everybody that's interested in working together. So reach out. Let's work together. Let's make it happen. G, thank
Better
you for being
together
here,
than
bro.
apart.
Clap it up, clap it
Yes.
up, clap it up, clap it up.
Respect.
Okay,
Hey,
bet.
we appreciate y'all for watching.
Thank you.
You have been live with Slim TV.
Again, we are your hosts, the Chavez Malvo.
Tamia Rachel.
Thank y'all for coming.
Hey, Kosher Bunny, Calvin Kosher.
We're gonna stop right there, bro. Peace.
May God bless this night. One time for the show stars. Crown Royal on ice. So baby, what it do? I'm tryna leave with you. And girl, I'm from the zoo. But don't be shy. Ride me like it's the rodeo, the rodeo, the rodeo. Girl, like it's the rodeo, the rodeo, the rodeo. Love the way you wind it, the way you wind it. Is you like